So we got the last piece in. Basically we're all installed with the paneling, the insulation paneling that I went with. I went with some Remax Therma Sheet 3. So it was about 20 bucks, $19 each. The thing I liked about it was in the Home Depot description and stuff of it, it's a closed cell. So what that means is basically closed cell and open cell with styrofoam and foam is, for me, closed cell, from what I've always understand with boating, closed cell, water can't enter it. I'm gonna take a piece and try to stick it in the bucket and see if it retains any water a little bit later. Maybe I'll do another video on that just to see how good it is. But so far everything it's in place. I've got a little bit of it where it doesn't want to stay completely down as much as I would like. But I'm thinking once we get the weight of these FRP panels on it and the glue and everything, and I'm thinking about just drilling some holes and putting a couple penny nails per section, because that's going to get covered up by butyl tape. But if I tack it down or even screw it, I might get some tiny screws. If I screw the pieces in, once I hold them tight and they're glued down, that shouldn't allow, I'm thinking that would stop it from trying to buckle and raise. But I think we're going to go ahead and go with the cement, the contact cement. I don't think anything else is going to adhere to this as well. I'm going to paint it on. I'm probably going to need another $40 gallon. And I did put some wood behind under here. And I did put some wood behind up under there. I don't know if you can see it, but what I did was I figured out where my shower wall brackets are, because I made shower walls for this thing, a hard wall for the bathroom and stuff, and the L brackets kept coming loose. So the reason why they were coming loose is you were just drilling up into like the tin liner. So what I did was I figured out where it was, cut out the foam, and put a nice piece of wood in there. I'm going to tack it into the side too, but that's glued down and screwed down by 4 screws. And then I just replaced the rest of the, the insulation around it. Still had some extra, 2 sheets, $40. I covered over half of it. I probably could push. I got a little bit more, I think. I don't know. I might not. Yeah, I do. I have a little bit more. So I probably could have redid this too, but there's really nothing wrong with it. Luckily there was no AC leak like I originally thought. It was just leaking from the front somewheres. And I'll show you the thickness of the old stuff sitting right there and this stuff. There's a massive difference in thickness. So I know I'm going to have more weight on the roof, but it can't be nearly as bad as that soggy wet styrofoam that was all up in the front. So I really feel good about going with this, especially being that I have a tree that drops leaves, branches and acorns and stuff. This stuff's pretty tough. And then once I hit it with like a white bed liner, rhino liner, or something like Gorilla Grip or Gator Grip, I think will be really good once it's all sealed up. But we're getting ready to get started. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna go ahead and put the connectors. I've already cut 2 connectors. I'm gonna put them on here and caulk them on. I'm using permanent 3M marine caulk. I'll show you guys what I'm using on that. Let me hop off this ladder here. But I'm using permanent 3M marine caulk, and here's what I'm doing, and it's worked great for the back seam back there because I had no leaks at all back there with the camper. It was all up in the front. Let me see. This has turned into my toolbox for now. I gotta find that tube of caulk though. It's where is it? Let's see. I wanted to show you guys the caulk on it, but if I can't find it, I will definitely post a video as soon as I get it. But it's 3M marine caulk. It's permanent, and I really do think that that's going to hold. It's worked well before. Let me see if it's right down here. It might be right down in my truck. Yep, right here. So here it is, guys. That's what I'm going to use. The 3M marine adhesive. It's $20 at Home Depot, or 17 something. It's a lot cheaper than if you get it at if you go get it like Ace Hardware and stuff. But this stuff's permanent. It holds good. Once you put it on, it's on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it. I'll run a bead down the edge of my connector strip, all the way down the length, just a nice little bead. And then when I shove the fiberglass panel in there, it'll seal. So that way water can't get past the panel, down past this, and into my, down into the roof. Also, these will be glued down or butyl taped down as well. So I'm thinking that I'm pretty much getting better and better as we go now from as far as my ideas on what's going to fix this. See that piece there doesn't want to fully stay, but I'm thinking once we get the pieces glued down heavy on it, and if I tack nails like right here or here, or small screws, and then just, you know, glue them down, or I mean, once everything gets sealed and seamed up, I don't think the nails will come back out. They'll act as almost like pins to hold down this if the adhesive ever tried to let up. But I'm thinking with contact cement, it's probably the best bet. You're trying to paint over foam and everything. So that's where we're at. You know, just wanted to update you guys, and I hope these videos are at least somewhat informative for anybody that's going to end up doing a roof job like this as well. I've been working on it weekends only. It's probably been, it leaked in May. I took a couple weeks in June before I really tackled it, so it's been about a month and a half, and I'll be really glad when it's done, and hopefully I can get out in the fall. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. See ya. Guys, this is John. It's Friday. I'm off work, working on the camper. I've gotten everything now. Everything. I got this wood on here, just laying on here to this adhesive adheres, but I got all the new insulation in the remax. We just did this panel we're going to put in, and I ran some black butyl tape to hold my connector down to it. It's two-sided butyl tape, and I've done a nice strip of marine goop before I slide it in. So we're hoping this is going to go in. There's the marine goop that I got. It's like from Ace. It's like $8. So we're getting ready to do this now. I'm gonna flip it over and put it in, and hopefully it turns out okay. It's a messy job. Let's flip it. Here you go. I'm gonna try to keep you guys on while I do this. So I got to connect where this butyl tape is and get this to slide in. So you got to take it and kind of work with it to get it in there. That's what we're doing now. Alright, there we go. Got it started. So then you just have to keep pushing it down and pushing in to get it to slide in. I'm going to work on this and I'll shoot the video when I get back. Hang on. Well guys, got the first piece down. Put some little maze nails in. They're going to be covered up with butyl tape. Well, it'll probably be fiberglass first, and then butyl tape and the rail. I'm going to fiberglass these seams when they're done. I've got all the remax foam board in. This Gorilla Glue adhesive, this Gorilla Glue construction adhesive is awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome this stuff is if you're going to do a project on this camper. I unfortunately use rubber cement or contact cement on the rest of it out here, and it's holding, but it's not. You can see how it's got a little bit of give there. I'm thinking about pulling it up. I did these this morning with the Gorilla Glue construction adhesive, and there's no play. None at all. I'm tempted to lift these up and redo them, but it's a lot of work and try not to tear up sheets. So I figure if I do a real good coating on each fiberglass panel and push them down, it'll pull these up anyways a little bit, and then with it being screwed into the ceiling, I might be okay. I should be alright with that. So, but I'm really impressed with it. I'll show you guys what it is that way, in case anybody else watching these has to do some sort of camper repair. In fact, I'm getting ready to run up to Depot to get more. I got to get more in a couple connectors so I can run my next big panel. That's the only thing. It doesn't go very far. 2 tubes has gotten me all this put in, you know, this insulation, that insulation, this insulation, and this panel. And I want to say, no, that might be 2.5 tubes. I'm almost at 3 tubes, and now I'm getting ready to get into the big stuff with the sheets. So I'm expecting to use about a tube a sheet with 3 sheets. So I'm going to probably just go up there and buy 3 more tubes of it at $8 a piece. But if it's waterproof, I mean, the stuff is waterproof. It locks up really good within 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so, and everything. So we got this one in. I got weight on it right now, just kind of holding it down, waiting for this adhesive to take. And you know, then I'm going to do a full sheet. That's the game plan. There's my butyl tape right here. You can see the other side of the butyl tape. I don't want too much stuff getting stuck on it, but so that way when I lay my new piece on and press down, it should grab it, and that's going to kind of seal that seam up too. That butyl tape is what they use under the awning rails and everything on these campers. So My next full sheet will go from here all the way to probably about right here is where I marked. And the reason why I did that is because when the AC sits down, if I ever have a leak again, I don't want it under the AC. I don't want to have to remove this AC again for another 10 years at least. Those seals are supposed to be good for 10 years. So, but what I am going to do is I'm going to get some caulk, the construction adhesive, and I'm going to, you know, spread it all over this whole area, but I'm especially going to do around here where the skin's going to go. And I'm going to lay the full skin on, and then when we're done and everything's dried and it's all done, the sides are glassed and everything, I'm going to crank it up and I'm going to mark inside where the, you know, the edges are to that roof, and I'll take my little cutter and just slowly gently cut it along the edges right up in here. And then that way then I can pull that square out, and you know, after that it'll be ready to get the AC gasket and the AC back on. But we got a ways to go before that. I got to get some sort of rubber roof liner, something like Snow Roof or Henry's white. I'm gonna have to go look. I'm looking to spend probably another $100 at Home Depot. I've got probably 300-400, maybe 500 already tied up into this whole roof, just between wood, adhesives, this, that, everything. So here, yeah, you know, this is where I'm at. And, you know, I'll keep up with you guys, let you guys know. I'm hoping to at least get 1 to 2 more panels down before the day's over. But I got to get ready to run to Home Depot and give them my money. This is John. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all having a good Friday. See ya. Hey, guys. This is John. Back working again. Took a lunch break. So, here's where we're at. We got skin all the way from the back up to the front. Right now I got some stuff weighing on it. What happened was, it's kind of funny, kind of not funny. I was trying to handle this panel, this 4x8 panel, to put on here, and I'd already put in the Gorilla Glue construction adhesive down on the remax, and I already put some on the panel. So in the midst of trying to pick it up and wrestle it to get it on here, it broke in 2 spots. Shattered here and shattered here, and that was because of the flex, you know, just trying to I'm having a heck of a time getting this thing in these connectors once you have the adhesion on there. So I think what I'm gonna do next time is get it connected first, then put my Gorilla Glue stuff down. This one I actually had to shove in here, put a nail in right there, and that allowed that to hold it in place, in position there. And then I had to work and tuck the rest of it in all the way till it lined up over there, then put the nail in over there. Then I had to cut and trim it down. I think next time I'm going to cut and trim it down too. This stuff, it dries up pretty quick, but it works very well. Let's grab this foam board. I pulled this whole foam board up, redid this one, redid the 2 up front too, just to get a better seal on them before we're done for good. So now I've had to cut. I'm going to have to cut this across, try to make it as even as possible. And then once I do that, I'll add another connector, and I'll glue that connector in place. And then when I get ready to add my next 4x8 panel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it up here first. And I'll put a little bit of Gorilla Glue adhesive on the end of the board, slide it into the connector, let it dry a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and you know, then I'll lift it up and lay down the rest of my caulk for it. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Just an update. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, see ya.